analytical curve has a starting point. For this individual, it begins at the absolute bottom of the social hierarchy. He spends his days hauling industrial debris in a dead-end waste management job, barely surviving on the margins of society. He endures the physical toll and constant humiliation for a single purpose. He is funneling every cent he earns to support his girlfriend's lifestyle. That investment fails completely. His girlfriend has been leveraging his support to move up in the world, eventually leaving him for an arrogant, top-tier hunter who views him as nothing more than an obstacle. To remove that obstacle, they have him physically discarded. He is kicked into an S-rank dungeon landfill, a graveyard for toxic monster remains and the shattered gear of hunters who didn't make it. Surrounded by toxins and high-level threats, his situation is mathematically impossible to survive. He has no weapons, he has no stats, and no remaining allies. At this moment, he represents a total vacuum of power. He lies among the rotting monster gear, physically wrecked and spitting teeth. The air in the landfill is too toxic to breathe, and his lungs are beginning to fail. Just as his vitals hit the red zone, a massive blue system window flickers into existence directly in front of his eyes. The system doesn't offer a standard recovery or reincarnation path. Instead, the interface begins to stutter, its code fracturing under the weight of a critical mathematical error. The glitch reconfigures his entire interface, granting him a singular high-level exploit, the Recycle God system. This mechanic changes the logic of his reality. By allowing him to process the waste around him, the system turns his proximity to garbage into a source of infinite scaling. The S-rank landfill is dense with high-tier resources that others have deemed worthless: discarded weapons, shattered armor, and the crushed cores of powerful monsters. He tests the system by picking up a shattered, rusted goblin dagger. He selects the recycle option, and the system begins to process the broken item. The system takes the dagger's negligible base stats and multiplies them exponentially, producing an SSS-Tier infinity blade with values extending off-screen. Sprinting through the landfill, he touches every piece of debris. Each recycle spawns cascading infinite stat increases for strength, agility, and mana. Within minutes, he is probable by the world standard scanners, effectively removing his upper limit for growth. Returning with enough power to ignore the city's laws, he steps into the street wearing heavy adamantium armor, holding a weapon radiating visible energy. He goes directly to the guild headquarters to find the people who betrayed him. His ex-girlfriend and her new partner are there, still assuming he's the person they left in the pit. The hunter attempts to use his guild-ranked abilities to force a confrontation. The protagonist doesn't move. He simply allows his passive aura to expand, the sheer pressure of his stats crushing the hunter into the pavement. When his ex-girlfriend attempts to talk her way back into his life, he rejects her immediately. He has no use for her social climbing now that he dictates the terms of the city's power structure. He uses his unreadable stats to clear high-ranked dungeons alone, generating vast quantities of rare materials. He sells these to buy out the city's major guilds, and during one of these raids, he overpowers a massive dragon that now recognizes him as its master. He has dismantled the local hierarchy. Every guild and high-tier hunter in the region now operates under his shadow, and his control over the city's resources is absolute. The human world no longer offers any resistance. To find a challenge, he steps through a dimensional rift and enters the Beelin realm, a place where the atmosphere itself is lethal to standard humans. He is immediately confronted by a squad of demon knights. Their leader, seeing a human, assumes an easy kill and prepares to butcher him. The protagonist ignores the threat. He reaches down and picks up a rusted demon horn from the ground, feeding it into the recycling interface. The system applies a 10,000 times multiplier to the horn's demonic attributes, instantly creating an SSS-Tier doom scythe that bleeds dark energy. He swings the scythe once. A massive wave of energy sweeps across the landscape, disintegrating the demon squad instantly. By utilizing the most basic trash in the demon realm to wipe out its elite defenders, he has proven that his glitched scaling works across all dimensions. The system payout for the kill is massive. This chart shows his experience counter-rolling up to 99 billion, triggering 100 level-ups in less than a second. The system recognizes his new standing by assigning him a final title, the Underworld's Trash God. This massive surge in power draws the attention of the Demon King. He fires a world-ending magical fireball at the protagonist, intended to incinerate everything in its path. The protagonist catches the fireball and recycles the incoming magic into a tiny pill. He swallows it, gaining permanent fire immunity and infinite mana reserves. Using that infinite mana, he summons a flood of system glitches that dissolve the Demon King's fortress and force the strongest monsters in the realm into total submission. The Demon King himself is reduced to a personal servant. He has reached a state where the strongest entities in 2 realms can no longer damage him. With the underworld fully under his control, his focus shifts toward the heavenly realm and the gods who inhabit it.